Alpha males are those at the top of the social status hierarchy. They have greater access to power, money, and mates, which they gain through physical prowess, intimidation, and domination. Alphas are typically described as the real men. The three biggest differences between alpha and beta males. He's courageous. The alpha male is not fearless. Nobody is fearless. We all have insecurities and fears that we cannot control. However, the alpha male is able to push on in a particular direction in spite of his fears. He may be afraid that his new business will fail, but that won't stop him from trying. He may be afraid that the cute receptionist will reject his advances, but he'll go for it anyway. People have grown overly sensitive. All too often we don't say what we're really thinking. Maybe we're afraid to hurt someone's feelings. Or maybe we're afraid of starting a confrontation. The alpha male proceeds and states his honest opinion despite this fear. No, he doesn't do it haphazardly to the point where he's needlessly making people feel like shit or starting worthless fights, but he doesn't let an uncomfortable interaction stop him from getting what he wants. Being more courageous in your life will help you respond appropriately to risks and accomplish positive things in your life. But it takes work to move beyond your fears. In fact, being courageous is about thinking things through, examining the risks and rewards, and acting in spite of the fear that inevitably sets in. Alpha male accept that they are not in control of things because they understand that life is a series of fortunate and unfortunate events where they don't always get what they want or need. They acknowledge problems and don't run away free from them. They reflect on the things that have hindered their success and are never in denial, because they know denial produces more suffering and disappointment. Alpha male trust themselves and tackle their problems directly by evaluating situations and taking action accordingly. They know that confronting their fears is the best strategy to get over them, and they do so in a timely manner. Experiencing fear is not something unusual to them nor something to be ashamed of. Even in the most difficult circumstances, when they feel afraid, they are brave and wisely employ their resources to obtain victory. Second, he maintains his physical health. How we feel and how we act starts from within. If we're 300 pounds overweight and we haven't slept in 3 days, then nothing else matters. Without a strong, healthy body, we cannot have a strong, healthy mind. And other people's perceptions of us will also deteriorate. After all, first impressions are everything, and what do you think when a fat slob stumbles into your path at the grocery store? The alpha male values his body above all else, because he recognizes that without his health, nothing else matters. He eats well, and he lifts weights. You see, a muscular body makes you look and seem more powerful and confident. Women are biologically hardwired to feel intense attraction for confident, powerful men. The same is true of dressing well. Don't believe me? Imagine James Bond. Now, imagine him as a scrawny guy who's very poorly dressed. Not quite the same, right? He no longer has that same alpha male vibe, nor would he be able to pull a tenth of the women he would otherwise. Third, self-confident. The alpha male personality type goes with the alias bad boy, and alpha males are usually the men who need their men to be men. He's the macho guy who exudes confidence with a tad bit of aggression, who is outgoing and demanding and definitely very sexist. That in no way means he objectifies women, but he knows for a fact he can get any woman he wishes to. And mostly, he wishes for someone a lot more docile, and with a few or no alpha features. He's a little tough to work with because his ego skyrockets anytime he's proven wrong. But he makes up for that through his charming personality. Building confidence means taking small steps that leave a lasting sense of accomplishment. If you've ever learned a language, mastered a skill, reached a fitness goal, or otherwise overcome setbacks to get to where you wanted to be, you're well on your way. As being an alpha man, self-confidence gives you the skills and coping methods to handle setbacks and failure. Self-confidence doesn't mean you won't sometimes fail. But you'll know you can handle challenges and not be crippled by them. Even when things don't turn out anywhere close to what you planned, you'll be able to avoid beating yourself up. As you keep pushing yourself to try new things, you'll start to truly understand how failure and mistakes lead to growth. An acceptance that failure is part of life will start to take root. Paradoxically, by being more willing to fail, you'll actually succeed more because you're not waiting for everything to be 100% perfect before you act. Taking more shots will mean making more of them. Finally, confidence roots you towards alpha path. You'll be able to accept your weaknesses, knowing they don't change your self-worth. You'll also be able to celebrate your strengths and use them more fully. Your actions will be in line with your principles, giving you a greater sense of purpose. You'll know who you are and what you stand for. You'll have the skills to show up, stand up, and speak up. In other words, you'll be able to let your best self shine through. The more confident you become, the more you'll be able to calm the voice inside you that says, "I can't do it." You'll be able to unhook from your thoughts and take action in line with your values. Because that's what alpha males do. If you've suffered from low self-confidence, you're probably familiar with rumination, or the tendency to mull over worries and perceived mistakes, replaying them ad nauseum. Excessive rumination is linked to both anxiety and depression, and it can make us withdraw from the world. But by filling up your tank with confidence, you'll be able to break the cycle of overthinking and quiet your inner critic.